Yo dudes, how's it going? So today I was gonna decide to just kind of give you guys some information on Vegito and Rose. I'm gonna give you some ideas on your teams. I'm gonna give you an idea of how easy or hard it's gonna be for you. These events are not really hard unless you don't have the specific teams that do work against it. If you're gonna roll even with just a mono agility team, it's probably gonna be a little bit harder than you want it to be. I'm going to start with Vegito because I know everyone wants to go for Vegito, so I'm just going to start here. Now, the event is going to cost you 50 stamina per run on the super run. I believe there is 2 stages to the fight? 2, 3, possibly 3. Yeah, 3 stages to the fight. And the medals you get are obviously for Blue Vegito and this new Tech Trunks that goes from normal Trunks into Super Saiyan Trunks. I do not remember if this is classified as Future Trunks. I don't know if you can technically use the one from the Lost Hope event to maximize his super attack. I'll look that up later. But the main reason we're doing this video is to help you beat this event. These are the units that you want to bring in to this event. You generally want to have Rose Black in normal black, and of course this random STR Zamasu that you don't really need, but if you already got physical black from his event and you pick up Rose, then you should be 100% fine. You don't even have to try. You can go with a extreme villain team and you'll pretty much mop the floor with him. Don't even really worry. Pretty much your Rose and your black will freaking just do the work for you. As long as you have another friend unit to be in rotation, you should be okay. But if you do not have either physical Goku Black or Rose, then I would highly suggest probably going in with a mono STR team. I know a lot of people are rocking the STRs, and I've seen definitely a lot of Omegas, and we're going to see a lot more against this event. This event is a physical team, except for the very first fight where you will fight a Goku, a Vegeta, and the new Tech Trunks. So you're going to fight a STR, agility, and a tech. So that'll be the hardest part of this fight probably for you. But even then, that won't be that bad. I'd ignore that because that's going to be the easy part. What you're aiming to do is probably to lower his attack, because he's going to attack you a lot. And that's something in common that both of these events are going to be. You're going to get attacked a lot. This is basically a giant tanking barrage of attacks. You need to find a way to survive, basically, and just do damage. I would suggest, obviously, bringing your Omega and a friend Omega. Now, he lowers damage, and with that, I would highly suggest bringing in a Super Saiyan 3 Goku for a partner, for deeps alongside with him. Goku will increase his attack, and his allies' attack, so he'll do good for deeps. Bring Gogeta along. It's not that hard of a fight as long as you bring in your GTs along with. If you got this Super Saiyan 3 GT Vegeta, I would suggest tagging him along on rotation with one of the Omegas. And with the other Omega, I would highly suggest bringing this General Rildo. And the only reason I would suggest that is because he lowers attack on his super attack. Which means that on one rotation, you'd have your Omega and General Rildo, which will lower the attack and lower the defense. And then on the next rotation, you'll have another Omega and your either GT Vegeta or GT Kid Goku and whatever other cards you have in there doing the deeps. You pretty much should just survive easily, in all honesty, as long as you're lowering his attack constantly and you bring some heals. Not that hard to deal with. If you don't want to rock that, then the only thing I can suggest, honestly, is going with Rose and physical Goku. It's not a hard fight, it's just a long, dragged-out fight because of how tanky he can be. So, next I will move on to explaining to you how Rose's fight is going to go. I'm just going to cut this real quick, so give me a moment. Okay, we're back and we're good. So, for Rose, he's actually slightly easier than Vegito. You might not believe it when I tell you about a couple of the fights, but moving on. So the Rose event is for obviously getting Rose to Dokkan, and then getting the Zamasu to Dokkan. Now I don't remember if his other orbs have something to do with any of the other ones later on, but Those are the reasons you're coming in here. Now, unfortunately, this one's a little bit more of a pain in the butt, because the only units that actually do good damage to him are in are in the Vegito banner. Notice what they did there. Basically, anything you pull out of the main units in their respective summonings are what's good against them. It makes it really difficult to do because you don't have the tools unless you get lucky. It's kind of annoying, but that's just how it is. So basically, the easy way to do this is just bringing Vegito and a super team along with the new Tech Trunks, and you could probably, I'll be honest with you, you could easily probably just blow through this. Like, don't even think about it. You don't even have to think about it. Bring a couple healing items and you're good. So, I'm not even going to talk about how easy it is. In fact, I'm just going to tell you what your other option is if you don't have Vegito and you just want to make sure you beat this fool. What I would suggest is bringing in a mono tech team. I kid you not, you can probably easily just blow through this. You can probably just blow through this with a mono tech team with God Tanks, and that's it. In fact, God Tanks will literally walk you through this. You can have the worst tech team ever, but if you have double God Tanks, you're good. Just boom. Freaking super attacks every turn. If you nail that 11 key every single time and boo-boo volleyball this fool, he's dead. He's just straight up dead. The only thing I can really say is, not him, but if you're running the mono tech, I would suggest bringing this Bardock just to seal him. If you're sealing him, I think you'll pretty much not even have to worry. If you have him and God Tanks on rotation, along with some other card, let's say you put him on the other team. He's not gonna link with God Tanks at all, but he's actually lowering the damage, and if you can get him to super, you're lowering his defense at the same time. If you got the Bunemba. If you don't have the Bunemba, you know, oh well, not a big deal. But it's not hard. Really, Rose is the easiest if you have a monotech team, or if you pulled Vegito. If you pulled Vegito, oh my god, it is so ridiculously easy. It is so ridiculous. Bring him along with your original Vegito on a super team. The counters are for days, and it's just over. It's over before you notice it. Bring health items, and that's it. But that's all I can really suggest, guys. Both of these fights are so easy that all you have to do is bring in these respective obvious teams you would probably try to use, and just heal up and attack. That's it. It's a straightforward fight. It's not that hard. The only thing I have to say is, on the Rose fight, be very, very careful. I would suggest being slightly careful on the second fight. Do not waste any attacks on the Zamasu. It's going to be an STR Zamasu, and you're going to probably think, I should probably be worried about that fool. No, don't be worried about the fool. He'll do, at most, probably about 50k damage. You should be running about 150,000 health, so you should be okay. Just concentrate all of your attacks on Rose during that fight, because as soon as Rose dies on the second phase fight, then the STR Zamasu doesn't matter. You just need to beat the Rose, and you'll be good to go. So, anyways, I just really wanted to get into it real quick to show you what kind of teams you should bring. So, if you're going against Vegito, I highly suggest bringing in, obviously, an extreme team with Rose or an STR mono team. If you're not, then going on to Rose, if you're fighting Rose, you should bring in a mono tech team or a straight up super Vegito team. And that's it. It's easy as that. Super easy fight. Even if you don't pull either of them, I'm sure everyone has a mono tech team or a mono STR team. They're not that hard of fights. They just kind of drag out if you don't have Vegito and Rose already. So, anyways, guys, I hope it really helped you out. And comment below if you liked it, like the video, subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.